Happy Kwanzaa, everybody. My name's actually John. I don't go by John because what happens when you yell John in a crowded room? Most of the guys stand up. So this afternoon, he's right. I'm blues-based, but I play a mix of African styles. So we're going to start off with the blues, just to keep us nice and comfortable, and then I'll switch into a couple other things. Most of these are original. No worries, they are copyrighted to keep me comfortable. I left Holland one evening, headed up Temple Way. I left Holland one evening, headed up Temple Way. Thought I'd grab my baby, go dancing at Greg's Cafe. Landlord said she left this morning just before the break of day. Landlord said she left this morning just before the break of day. Seems some high-stepping baller had stolen my baby away. Felt like a radiator just about ready to pop. I felt like a radiator just about ready to pop. Yeah, I had to do something to make that pressure drop. So I drove on out to Whitechapel, bought myself a bottle of booze. Yeah, some Seagam's 7 Crown. I drove out to Whitechapel, bought myself a bottle of booze. Drove back out to Greg's, drowned myself in some blues. Next day I went down to the train station, bought myself a ticket one way. I drove out to the train station, bought myself a ticket one way. Super cheap. Thought I'd move out to Frisco, but I'm loving it in LA. Called Radiator Blues. It's actually based on something historical. There's a second diaspora, just before the First World War, most of our people were leaving the South for a variety of reasons, starting with all the jobs would disappear, and they started to mechanize, They needed workers up north, and the terrorists were driving us out of the South, and a lot of people picked up and moved. That's when they started to go to the West and up to the North in order to seek jobs up there, trying to get away from some of the terrorism and raping and murder that was going on in the South. Well, that didn't quite work out like we thought, but it got us out of the South anyway. Last Saturday, y'all, I was climbing walls when my wife asked me if I would take her to the mall. So I drove up the horses, we rolled over there about 3. She went to the store, I stayed outside to see all I could see. It was a beautiful garden full of wonderful sights, with a fashion parade full of dazzling lights. Back there was this honey, fine as she could be. Baby looked so good, my jaw started dropping. Of course, here came my wife. I told the people, I'm just people watching. She was done at that store, moved on down the way. She went inside the shop, I stayed outside to play. Here come another, finer than the other, you see. Baby looked so good, my eyes started popping. Of course, here came my wife. I told her, baby, I'm just window shopping. That was just a bad choice of words. She looked at me and said, window shopping, you old fool. You better leave those young girls alone. They're going to put you under the jail. Under the jail, woman, those girls ain't interested in me. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm broke. Last time I checked, there was 3 strikes in the dating world. So next time you're bored, just don't know what to do, come over my place, I got some info for you. Come over my place and get over there about 3. I'm drunk when I'm doing, you can come window shopping. Come doing, you can come window shopping with me. As you can probably tell, that's a novelty number. This is an instrumental number about, I was actually born in Texas but raised in the LA area. And one of the last places I lived in Texas was, my grandfather had a farm in a place called Taylor's Valley. It was just beautiful. We spent about the last couple of years I was there when I was small, living on that farm. And this instrumental is a goodbye to my grandfather's farm. It's called Taylor's Valley Spring. Today is Kwanzaa, part of our history, maintaining our culture, and I wanted to talk about a little bit of African history. Back in the 1300s, there was a series of rulers in the Empire of Mali, that's Northwest Africa, a particular dynasty, the Musa, who ruled, whose father created the empire. The elder brother was a ruler named Abubakari. He created a fleet of 3,000 ships, took off, sailed west across the Atlantic, and basically colonized North and South America before the Europeans had quite discovered it. This was right after his father's death. He abdicated in favor of his younger brother, Mansa Musa, who, by the way, ended up being listed as the richest man in history for a period of time. I don't know if that still applies, but it did at the time. Who made one fatal mistake. After he became emperor of Mali, he took a pilgrimage to Mecca. And eventually, Mali itself became the victim of what basically amounts to a follow-home robbery, and they were destroyed by invasions from outside forces. I'll leave you to research who that was and why it happened. Who basically not only destroyed the country and displaced the people, but they destroyed the heritage by burning the books, confiscating the gold, and basically acting as a conqueror, and didn't even stay in the country. They just destroyed the economy and left. This song is about that legacy. It's about the city of Timbuktu and the mosque at Janneh, and it's another instrumental. Last part, vocal. Rebuild Timbuktu. Rebuild Timbuktu. Voices silenced by pain, ships drift through driving rain, chains bind on the children of the sun. Voices ringing with hope, one sound contrasting notes, new chains for the children of the sun. But when the drums of triumph sound, the voice of joy will fill the land. Both spirit and reality will stand and watch the sun claim his people once again. Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.